The champagne hadn't even settled in my glass when he spat on me. The room froze. The sound, the music, even the laughter, like time itself, refused to move forward after that single wet impact. He leaned close, his cologne drowning me in arrogance. "She's mine at work," he said, his lips twisting around the words like venom. "Wait for your turn, husband." My wife's hand found his wrist, not to pull him away, but to steady him. Her eyes darted to mine, searching for something. Fear? Guilt? No, it was worse. It was plea, for me not to ruin her night. I didn't move, didn't blink. My heart was steady, my face a mask. Around us the executives pretended to look away. Glasses lifted, smiles resumed. That's how power works. It hides behind politeness and white tablecloths. The man who spat on me, her boss, laughed, slapped me on the shoulder and said, "Don't take it personally. You married ambition." And I did, just not the kind I thought. I placed my glass on the table, adjusted my cufflinks, and smiled. No one noticed that my cufflinks bore the emblem of the company, his company, the one I owned. On the drive home, my wife said nothing, neither did I. Her perfume filled the car, sharp, floral, intoxicating. It reminded me of something I could no longer name. When she finally spoke, her voice trembled. "He was drunk. You shouldn't have reacted like that." I didn't react. She looked at me. Exactly. That's what scared me. I smiled faintly. Did it? She turned toward the window, pretending not to hear. But her reflection trembled in the glass. I saw it. I always see it. At home, she went straight to the shower. Her phone buzzed on the counter. I didn't touch it. Not yet. Instead, I poured a drink and sat in the dark. The echo of that man's laughter replayed in my mind, overlapping with hers. "She's mine at work. Wait for your turn." The words gnawed at something old and cold inside me. Not jealousy, not even anger. Recognition. I'd seen that look before, when she first met me years ago. That hunger, that calculation, that ability to adapt herself to whoever had power in the room. I used to think she admired strength. Now I saw she only fed on it. The truth wasn't hard to find. It never is. You just have to stop lying to yourself long enough to see it. The next morning, she left early for meetings. I followed. From across the street, through tinted glass, I watched her laugh at a cafe table. Her hand brushed his. His eyes told the rest. I didn't take pictures. I didn't need evidence. I needed understanding. So I went deeper, accessed internal messages, logged security feeds. The perks of owning the shell company that owned his. He never checked who signed his paychecks. Most people don't. I watched them together on screen, her body language shifting between submission and performance. His dominance was performative, fragile. Hers was silent, deliberate. They deserved each other, but she didn't deserve me. Every night I returned home before her. She'd crawl into bed smelling faintly of whiskey and lies. She'd whisper, "You're quiet these days," and I'd answer softly, "I'm listening." When she slept, I'd sit beside her, studying the rise and fall of her breathing. I tried to remember what it felt like to love her without suspicion, but memory has a cruel way of fading under truth. I didn't plan revenge, not yet. Revenge requires precision, not impulse. So I waited. And as I waited, I moved the pieces, quietly. By the time her next work event arrived, the company had changed ownership. On paper, nothing seemed different. In reality, everything had shifted beneath their feet. The night of the gala arrived. She shimmered in silver, unaware the walls around her now belonged to me. When we entered, her boss, him, grinned and raised a glass. "Look who still has the courage to show up." He smirked, expecting humiliation. What he didn't expect was the board announcement flashing behind him. New chairman welcoming address. His smirk faltered when he saw the name, mine. My wife turned to me slowly, lips parting, color draining from her face. Her boss stammered, That's impossible. You're exactly where I need to be, I said. The room erupted in whispers. He looked at her, mine, at work, and saw the betrayal flip direction. She'd built her ascent on the wrong man's back. Her trembling fingers reached for me. I stepped aside. For the first time, she understood what real silence felt like, the kind that follows exposure. Later, in the private lounge, she cornered me. "Why didn't you tell me?" she whispered. "Why this?" I looked at her the way a surgeon might look at a wound he's already stitched. Because truth doesn't need announcement, it needs timing. Her boss barged in, red-faced, desperate. "You set me up!" "No," I said calmly, "you did that yourself." He lunged forward. Security intervened before his hand could reach me. I didn't flinch. "Effective immediately," I said, handing him a sealed envelope, "your employment is terminated. You'll find the cause stated clearly. Breach of ethics." He glared between us. Me, the man he spat on, and her, the woman who let him. The hierarchy had flipped. My wife's eyes shimmered, not with remorse, but realization. All her performances, all her calculated alliances had collapsed under a single quiet truth. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't celebrate. I just said, "Next time someone tells you to wait your turn, tell them they already missed theirs." And I walked out. I left her there, standing between the man she used to control and the one she never understood. Outside, the air was cold, clean. For the first time in years, I felt nothing. No anger, no grief, just stillness. Power isn't in dominance or revenge. It's in walking away before they realize they've lost you. The car door shut behind me. The city lights blurred in the distance. Behind that glass ballroom, her world was ending. Mine had already begun again. She once told me, "You're too calm. It's unsettling." She was right. It still is.